In this lesson, we are going to learn about the cosine rule. If two sides and an included angle are given in a triangle, we cannot use the sine rule because we do not have enough information. For cases like this, we need a new rule, called the cosine rule. This is what the rule normally looks like. The cosine rule tells us that the square of the side opposite the included angle is equal to the sum of the squares of the sides which include the angle, minus 2 times these two sides multiplied by cos of the included angle. Let's use the cosine rule to find x in this example. To do this, we need to write down x squared equals 7 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 7 times 8 times cos 58 degrees. To find the value of x, it is important to remember to take the square root when working with the cosine rule. You then need to do the following on your calculator. Click pause and do it on your calculator. Make sure it is in degree mode. Correct to 1 decimal place, the answer is 7,3. I hope this is the same answer that you got. We now have the lengths of all 3 sides of the triangle, as well as the size of one angle. To find the size of one of the other angles, we can use the sine rule. Let's use it to find angle B. If we multiply both sides by 7, we get sine B on its own on one side. This means we need to solve a trig equation. Step 1 is to do the following calculator work to find an angle. Correct to 1 decimal place, the angle is 54,4 degrees. This means that angle B is equal to 54,4 degrees, or 125,6 degrees. Please note, with sine we always get 2 possible answers. Let's check whether they will both work in this triangle. If we add the given angle 58 degrees to 125,6 degrees, we get an answer that is bigger than 180 degrees. This option for angle B is therefore not valid in this triangle. We can therefore state that angle B can only be equal to 54,4 degrees. To find the third angle, angle C, we simply subtract 58 and 54,4 degrees from 180 degrees. Angle C is therefore 67,6 degrees. We have now completely solved this triangle. In other words, we have found all the missing angles and sides. Let's do another example together. Here we are given the size of one angle and the lengths of 2 sides of a triangle called KLM, but no sketch is given. In cases like this, it is essential that you draw a quick sketch. We are given the size of angle M and the lengths of KM and ML. And the side they ask us to find lies opposite angle M, the included angle. We will definitely need to use the cosine rule to answer this question. Don't forget, a squared represents the side opposite the included angle, and B and C are the sides next to the included angle. In our example, little a is represented by KL. B and C are the sides with lengths 12 and 20, which are the sides that lie next to the included angle, which in this case is 35 degrees. To get the value of KL, we must remember to take the square root. Next, we need to do the following on the calculator, being careful to put in brackets where necessary. Correct to 1 decimal place, the answer we are looking for is 12,3. Click pause and make sure you get the same answer on your calculator. Let's do another example together. We are given the length of 3 sides but no angle. We are asked to find angle A. When given 3 sides and asked to find an angle, we do not use the cosine rule in this form. We need to rewrite it so that cos A is on the left-hand side. We then divide both sides by 2bc to get cos A on its own on the left-hand side. It is now in the correct form to find an angle when 3 sides are given. The side opposite the angle we need to find is the square that is subtracted on top. The other 2 sides are the sides that include the angle we need to find. So to find angle A, we need to substitute the three given sides as follows. We then do the following on the calculator. Please take careful note of how I do this. Click pause if you need to. Correct to one decimal place, angle A is equal to 87.3 degrees. Please note, when using the cosine rule, you only need to find one angle. This is because the other possible angle is always too big to fit into the triangle. To find one of the other angles, we can again use the sine rule. Here I use it to find angle B. Correct to the nearest degree, angle B is equal to 51 degrees. This is the only valid solution for this triangle. And to find the third angle, we simply subtract angles A and B from 180 degrees. Click pause if you want to check that I've worked correctly. Let's do a last example together. Here we are again given the lengths of three sides and are asked to find an angle. But this time, no sketch is given. As always, you need to draw a quick sketch. Click pause to check that I've drawn it correctly. We want to find angle Q, so let's write down cos Q. And then we write down the sides that include angle Q. And then we subtract the square of the side opposite angle Q. Next we do the following on the calculator. Again, I remind you to be very careful when doing this. Correct to one decimal place, angle Q is equal to 35.8 degrees. Please remember, we only need to find one angle when working with the cosine rule. This completes the question that was asked. Let's quickly recap. We need to use the cosine rule when two sides and the included angle, or when three sides are given in a triangle. When two sides and the included angle are given, we use this form of the cosine rule.
But when three sides are given and you need to find an angle, this is the form you need to use. Please pause if you need to. And finally, here are the three versions of the original cosine rule. Please note, you need to know how to prove this. You will find the proof in your notes. Please learn it well. This completes the lesson. Good luck with the test.